Val is a successful motivational speaker, known for her confidence and polished public image. From the outside, her life seems perfect: a thriving career, a luxurious house, and a strong social media following. But beneath the surface, Val is struggling with deep emotional wounds after the recent death of her mother. She had a complicated relationship with her mother, filled with unresolved conflicts and emotional distance. The story opens with Val delivering an inspirational speech at a packed seminar. She's talking about self-love and confidence, and the audience hangs on her every word. But Val herself feels hollow. That night, as she tries to sleep, she feels a strange itch at the back of her head. At first, she dismisses it as stress, but the itching grows worse. Days pass, and the itch becomes unbearable. Val constantly scratches at her scalp, to the point where it starts to bleed. Disturbed and desperate, she visits a doctor. The doctor diagnoses it as stress-related dermatitis and prescribes medication. But Val senses that it's something more sinister. Strange events begin to unfold around her. She experiences vivid nightmares where her mother appears, scolding her and pulling her into dark spaces. She feels something crawling under her skin. Her friends notice that Val's behavior is changing. She's becoming more aggressive and paranoid. One night, while looking in the mirror, Val notices a dark bulge beneath the skin on the back of her head. Terrified, she presses on it, and a small, black worm-like creature slithers out. Val screams, but the parasite disappears beneath her skin before she can grab it. Val's mental and physical state deteriorates rapidly. She starts hearing voices and blacking out. During one of her seminars, she lashes out violently at an attendee. Her close friend, Leah, tries to intervene, but Val shoves her away. Val's nightmares grow more intense. In one dream, her mother takes her into a dark room and opens an old box. Inside are photographs from the Vietnam War, showing her mother enduring brutal torture. Val realizes that her mother's trauma from the war was never healed, and it has passed down to her through generational trauma. The parasite is not just a creature, it's a physical manifestation of her mother's unresolved pain and suffering. When her mother died, that pain took the form of a parasite, now embedded in Val's mind and body. Val believes that if she can confront her mother's trauma, she can kill the parasite. But then comes the shocking revelation: the parasite is her mother's spirit. Her mother had implanted the parasite in Val to force her to understand the depth of her suffering. Her mother's spirit, distorted and vengeful, wanted Val to feel the same pain and fear that she had endured. Val's mother appears to her, her face twisted and monstrous. The spirit tells Val that if she doesn't accept the pain and release it, the trauma will pass on to future generations. Val returns to her childhood home and stands before her mother's grave. She apologizes for not understanding her pain. Suddenly, her mother's spirit emerges from the ground, black, twisted, and terrifying. It attacks Val, dragging her into the ground. Val fights back, picking up a rock and smashing her mother's face. The spirit screams but thanks Val before disappearing into the air. The parasite writhes on the ground, and Val crushes it under her foot. Val seems free. She starts rebuilding her life and returns to motivational speaking. This time, her speeches are more honest and vulnerable. But in the final scene, as Val prepares for a seminar, she feels a faint itch at the back of her head. She looks into the mirror and sees a small cut forming, and a thin black shadow moving beneath her skin.